everybody, thanks for joining in. I hope you're all having a great week so far. I just want to talk a couple of things that have been going on the last day or two with the Jets and the Combine and all that situation. The other day, Joe Douglas addressed the media. He talked about 10 minutes or so, and they asked him a bunch of questions, but mostly they, of course, mentioned Derek Carr and how that visit went and everything. And he just had glowing reviews about Carr. He said the visit was fantastic. He left quite an impression on everybody, and which we all kind of knew. But to hear him say that was really nice to hear him say. He just gave him glowing reviews, and everything went well. And they were supposed to be having a second meeting with Derek Carr yesterday. Only this time, apparently Woody Johnson, the Jets owner, was going to be involved in this meeting. So I haven't seen anything on how that went yet. Hopefully today something comes out how the visit went and if there's going to be anything moving forward with that. And if there is, of course, I'll let you know right away. I think this is starting to appear to me like this is an ownership thing, because if you listen to Joe Douglas in his reviews and his rave review of Derek Carr, it seems like I think Woody Johnson's the one that's kind of putting the brakes on this. I think he wants Aaron Rodgers, because, let's face it, Aaron Rodgers is going to sell tickets. He's going to bring in fans. The Jets are going to get hyped on the shows, and that's what he wants. He's an owner. He's in this for business. He's not in this not to make any money. He's in this to sell shirts, tickets, whatever else he can do, and get some media attention for the Jets. So of course he's going to want this guy. I just think sometimes maybe the owner should stay, just let the football guys do football things. Now this is just my opinion. I don't even know if this is true. It's just what I think, what I see. Just because your name is on everything from Q-tips to a baby wipes doesn't mean you know everything about football. But he is the owner, and it is his decision at the end of the day what to do with his money. So, but it was nice to see Joe come out and say such good things about Derek Carr. It gives you, if you're a Carr guy, gives you hope that maybe they're going to, stop the wait here and maybe try to make a move. And they also asked him something that's also important to me is Quinnen Williams and his extension. And he did say that the Jets are in talks with Quinnen to get him a deal, to get a deal made or something. But either way, I really hope so, because Quinnen is just a beast. He is the leader of that front line. He's going to be the leader of our defense eventually. And the guy is just a monster. So hopefully, and he's a homegrown guy, which doesn't always happen with the Jets, so we've seen that in the past. So I hope that Quinnen gets a really good contract and they keep that kid on, because he's just awesome. He's a wrecker. The next thing I want to talk about was I saw Mike McDaniel, the Miami Dolphins head coach, talk. And he talked about, of course, Tua. They asked him, because that's a topic in Miami. And it was interesting to see that he didn't say they weren't going to pick up his fifth-year option, but he kind of shied away from the question a bit. And I started thinking to myself, I don't really blame him at all, or the organization, because after seeing what happened to Tua last year, he's becoming very prone to concussions. And I hope for the guy's own safety and future, he considers, what am I going to do here? Because everybody knows once you start to get concussions, they seem to come more frequently. So, I would hate to see the guy drooling at the end of his football career. He's a smart kid. He's got a big future. There's always coaching options, analyst positions on networks. I just hope that he makes the right decision for himself, Tua. I know not playing ball would be tough. He's still a young man, but hopefully both the Dolphins and Tua and his family make the right decision what to do moving forward. And the reason I bring that up is because I'm going to tell everybody, don't be surprised if the Dolphins don't become a dark horse for Aaron Rodgers. It's Florida. The weather's a lot better than New Jersey is. If there's no state tax there, the Dolphins are, in my opinion, very close to where the Jets are. They're a player away, say quarterback, from being a very serious contender. And to a guy like Aaron Rodgers, Miami might be very appealing. You got to dodge your occasional hurricane, but Aaron Rodgers will just build a hurricane-proof house and he'll be fine. But don't be surprised if the Dolphins don't emerge here as a dark horse, depending on what's going on with Tua, of course. But I wouldn't be surprised if they're not going to be in the mix when Rodgers comes out and says whatever he wants to do with his life and his future and whatnot. Which leads me into my last topic is, of course, Aaron Rodgers. It's obvious to me the Jets now are waiting for Aaron Rodgers. There's no question about that. We thought before maybe they're just going to see. Like Joe Douglas did say he's going to be very thorough with his veteran quarterback search. When I read between the lines, I read that as thorough means where we have to wait for Aaron Rodgers to see what he wants to do. That's basically what I think he meant. And I don't have any problem with Aaron Rodgers. I want everybody to understand that. I just want competent quarterback play. The Jets are so close to being a serious contender. I'd like to see Carr because I think he'll be with us 3-4 years. And I know that probably erases Zach Wilson, but some people have already passed on with Zach anyway. He's just not going to – we just don't see anything in him yet at this point. So why would that bother anybody if he comes on? What are we going to do with Zach? You keep him another year and trade him next year for whatever you can get for him. So that shouldn't shock anybody or make anybody feel like it's a concern. But even Aaron Rodgers, though, I would be happy with her. Who wouldn't want Aaron Rodgers on their team? The guy's an amazing player. He's still got a couple years left to him. The only problem I have with him is that what are we going to have to give up for him? We don't have to give up anything for Derek Carr. Just pay him. No draft picks, no trade, no nothing. What is it going to cost us to get Aaron Rodgers on our team? Does he really want to play for is he going to be all in if he comes to the Jets, or is he going to have that blasé attitude like he has the last 3-4 years, which I don't think is going to fly very well in the New York market? Or are we going to get him for 1 year or 2 years, a first-round draft pick, multiple picks? We got to shoot a player over there. I just hope that they really are being what they're saying, and that's thorough, because at the end of next year, if anybody thinks Zach Wilson suddenly sat behind Aaron Rodgers with a clipboard and a coffee, he's going to be ready to take over the reins, there's no way that's going to happen. There's just no way that's going to happen. Maybe after 2 years of sitting and learning and hanging around with him and getting to know the how to play and how to be and how to handle it, maybe then. But there's no promise of 2 years with Aaron Rodgers. So that's my biggest concern with him. I'd love to see Aaron Rodgers on the team, of course, like any other Jet fan would. But you always have to wonder about those things. What's it going to cost us? How long is he going to be here? And how's the rest of the team going to react to him? I saw the other day Joe Klecko, our newest Hall of Fame inductee. He's very, very adamant about saying he does not think Aaron Rodgers is going to be good for the young guys in the locker room and the New York market and things of that nature. So, he's just another fan like we are, but he has been there. He's played. None of us have. So he knows the deal there. So I think they should take all that into consideration. And we just got to wonder, what happens at the end of next year? Aaron Rodgers is going to pull this again next year. Am I going to retire? Am I going to play? Or maybe next year he jumps on one of Elon Musk's spaceships and he goes to the moon where he can really be by himself and think. Who knows what's going to happen next year, but we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully we get an answer by this. I've been saying this now for 2 weeks, but hopefully we get an answer by the weekend. The combine today is when the young guys, they'll be doing their skills tests and all that stuff. So it's cool to watch. Catch it if you can. And please leave me a comment below what you think the Jets are doing, what your views are, what they're waiting on Rodgers, or maybe they really are just doing their due diligence on what's going on. So let me know what you all think. And hit the like button, please, and hit the subscribe button before you leave. And thanks a lot for listening. And if I hear anything, I'll get it on here as soon as I can. Thank you all, and have a good day.